Our next group, as they move forward, is our defensive tackles, and with them will be our kickers. You say, well, that's an odd fit, but Coach Lynn coaches both of those, so he's going to be up on stage with our defensive tackles, our kickers, and also our defensive ends. Our whole front will be up there. So, guys, come on up, and we'll follow the same format. It's a hard deal, I guess. We weren't real big. You could see, you think D tackles were the big guys. These are them. So, guys, again, step forward and remain forward while I talk about you. Our first D tackle is Carlin Gonzalez. D tackle, senior, defensive end, first year to letter. Good teammate is the best way to describe Carlin. Always ready to do what was asked of him. Contributed on our scout team, helped get our offense ready each week. And that hard work will prepare him well for the future. We're glad that we had him. Carlin Gonzalez. Next is Mason Reed, kicker, sophomore, second year to letter, kicked some for us as a freshman. Academic All-District, honorable mention All-District. He excelled in all phases of our kicking this year. His kickoffs, along with our kickoff coverage team, pinned our opponents deep so very, very often. Also made 35 extra points and 4 field goals for a total of 47 total points. We're glad he's a sophomore because we got him back for 2 more years, and we're excited about that. Mason Reed. Next is Cody Mockert, defensive tackle, a sophomore. It's his first year to letter. Played the entire year on the junior varsity for some depth in the playoffs. He was brought up late in our playoff run. Took that role seriously and helped us with his great effort, and that experience with the 2 more years he has gives him a great future. Cody Mockert. Next is Colton Kellogg, defensive tackle, senior, 1-year letterman, academic all-district. His contributions came on the scout team, as I said, and in practice, and then also with some playing time opportunity in games. Did this by being unselfish, working hard, and doing what we asked him to do. We're proud of him, wish him well in the future, and thank him for all that he's done. Colton Kellogg. Zane Nucci, defensive tackle, senior, 3-year letterman, academic all-district, honorable mention all-district on the field. Had 18 tackles, 4 sacks, 5 hurries. A truly instinctive player who seems to play his best when we're playing the best. Always an expert each week and each game as deciphering the game plan and seeing the little nuances of the opponent and what that meant, and then being able to put himself and others in position to make those plays. So he's a good teammate, and he made his teammates even better, and we'll miss that. Zane Nucci. Trevor Danmeyer, kicker, sophomore, first year to letter, academic all-district. He's had to overcome some injuries, some health obstacles to become one of our varsity players this year, and contributed at kicker. Made 14 of his extra points. His hard work and dedication in perfecting those skills in spite of the health things were mostly behind the scenes, but didn't go unnoticed by our coaches. We have great admiration for what he battled back from and what he's done. Trevor Danmeyer. Brandon Arnold, defensive tackle, senior, 2-year letterman, academic all-district. He was first team all-district. He was also second team all-San Antonio. With 36 tackles, 6 sacks, 6 hurries, and a caused fumble, Brandon was a force that they not only had to worry about, but they had to account for, and they rarely succeeded in doing that. He got a talent and a love for the game are now combined with effort and that work ethic, and that level of play is a standard of excellence for our younger players to try to match in the future. Real proud of him in his senior year. Brandon Arnold. As we progress to our defensive ends, our first is Jorge Rodriguez, senior defensive end. First year to letter, gave us much needed depth at defensive end this year, played an important role on defense in practice, also in the special teams. Did a great job when his number was called and his opportunity came. He worked hard and had a great attitude, and he'll be missed. Jorge Rodriguez. Alex Flores, junior, defensive end, first year to letter. He's honorable mention all-district on the field. He's a big part of our success this year. His hard work and his toughness made him a great football player. He finished with 30 tackles, tackle for loss. He had 3 sacks and 9 quarterback hurries, and made some big plays in big games and helped us win. We're happy to have him back at DN next year. Alex Flores. Michael Romano, Jr., defensive end, 1-year letterman. Gave us valuable depth at D end. Also played a little bit on our special teams. Had a couple tackles, a sack, several quarterback hurries. He's got a lot of potential. This is a key offseason for him, because if it goes like I think and he hopes it goes, he's going to have a big contribution to our team next year. We're excited about having him back. Michael Romano. Vincent Valero, senior, defensive end, 1-year letterman. Gave us good depth in our D-line this year, both for our team and our scout teams, and the success we had overall as a team. He's someone who always worked as hard as he could, did the right thing, always, without question. 4 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and did some good things for us when his number was called. He'll be greatly missed. Vincent Valero. C.J. Keeler, Jr., defensive end, who also played some D tackle as well. 2-year letterman. He was first team all-district as a junior. He was an anchor point in our D-line despite the fact that he was only a junior. He did, as I said, flip inside and outside, plays relentlessly, has a hard work ethic, and that paid dividends on the field. He had 40 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 11 sacks, 11 quarterback hurries, 2 forced fumbles. And the greatest thing about all that is he's not tapped out. And we've got him back for another year, and we're excited about that. C.J. Keeler. Next is Colt Fullen, senior, defensive end, 2-year letterman. Colt was a stronghold on our defense this year. He was a difference maker. And as our only returning starter at defensive end, he was a player we knew we could count on, and he lived up to that. He had 32 total tackles on the year, 5 sacks, 13 quarterback hurries, and he had 4 tackles for loss. He forced a fumble, and then he had that long interception return for a touchdown that he caught in the end zone. Didn't have to go anywhere. But Colt was a force, and they had to account for Colt, and most of the time they couldn't do that. Great asset to our defense, and be greatly missed. Colt Fullen. Jarrett Zillman, Jr., defensive end, first year to letter. He's academic all-district. Jarrett made a position change as well, moved from linebacker forward to defensive end, picked up the position very, very quickly, has a real feel for the game. His hard work and eagerness to learn helped him do that. Had 4 tackles on the year, had a quarterback hurry, and of course we've got him back for another year. We're excited to see what he will do. Jarrett Zillman. Chris Ramirez, senior, defensive end, 1-year letterman, another position change guy. Did that midway through the season and gave us some depth there when we needed to have it. Had 2 tackles on the year, did some things for us in the special teams as well. Someone we knew we could count on. He would do what was best for the team. We will miss that. Chris Ramirez. And lastly, we'll go Michael Smith, Jr., defensive end, 1-year letterman. Academic all-district. You can tell, plagued with injuries, hurt that early on in the year, was not able to play on the field this year. Has had some surgery that we hope will get him back out there next year. He's got a lot of potential, great feel for the game, loves the game, great work ethic, and we're glad that he will get another opportunity to do this next year. Michael Smith. Defensive line and kickers right here.